Hey everyone! Welcome back. Look at my hair. It's gone a bit wild. So this is part 2 of my best and worst series for 2017, and today we're talking about all things makeup. Today we're just gonna go through some of the best of my makeup for 2017. These are the ones I always gravitate towards and I just love in general. I do have to say some of the items are no longer available because they were limited edition, but I'm just like, oh, I love it. If you can somehow get your hands on it through eBay or something, I think yay, do it. But without any further ado, let's get started. It's still really hot, so I'm gonna be drinking some water. So today today the first product I'm going to talk about is something that's not new to everyone. If you're familiar with my channel, I've dedicated a video to it already, showing a wear test, and it's the Clinique Even Better Glow Foundation. So I use the shade Natural, and it works for me really well. It doesn't have like full coverage. I'll say it's medium coverage, but it is amazing. So I really like it. It has SPF 15 on it, and it just gives me the that glowy look that I do really like without making my face look shiny. That is not enough. That's a big no-no. And it works really well with all my existing primers and my powders and everything, so it's nothing too and it's not like I have to buy like a whole new set of makeup just to be able to use this one foundation. And I love the packaging of it. It comes with a nozzle, so it's easily distributed, and yeah, absorbs really well in the skin without making it look like I'm wearing a foundation at all, and it feels really light. Next thing on the list that I always use is concealer. So I've kind of been a little bit back and forth, but the one I always like to go to is the Rimmel True Match. Is it True Match? No, it's the Rimmel Match Perfection concealer. So I covered the raving on about this concealer last year, and I was like, ooh, gotta get my hands on it, and I like it. It's got like a brush tip, and you just dab it on, and yeah, it doesn't crease on my I only use this on my under eye, and it doesn't crease or anything, so yay, it's really good. For the concealer, I use the shade Natural Beige, so 060, so yay. The next thing I discovered this year, which I think might be a little bit controversial, was the KKW Beauty line. I actually love the contour stick. Not the highlighter, I don't like the brush either, just the contour stick, so love it. I've seen videos online where people have used it and it snapped off, but it was because they literally rolled it all the way up and then tried to do it. And if you look at it, it kind of like tapers in a little, and hence probably why it's a bit of a weak point right there. You also don't get a lot of product, so for me, because I only like the contour stick, to actually shell out like, I think it's like $54 for both US dollars, that's 54 US dollars for the contour stick, the highlight stick, and the brush, and I only use 1 out of 3 items. I don't know if I'll purchase this again, but I do really like it. Another item I want to talk about for my face. Ooh. I smashed it. I'm so sad right now. Let me give me a minute to mourn. Alright. So the next item I want to talk about is the Algaas Ambient Lighting Blush. So I love these blushes. So I feel like these blushes are a bit of a kind of like blush plus like a highlighter in one. So on days where I don't feel like putting on a lot of makeup, I use this, and it gives me the glowy flushed look. It is very pigmented, so use a light hand. A cheek product I also really like is the Glossier COLOURPOP. Cloud Paint in Dusk. So they actually have a color called Puff as well. I do have all the shades, and I love each one of them. So you can actually mix and match them, and you customize to your own color, but I picked Dusk because that's the color I always gravitate towards. It's a really great neutral shade. I have it on my lips. I have it on my cheeks today, so yeah, no, I really like it. It gives me the natural glow that I do like. So Glossier. Now moving on to the eyes. So my eyes, the one thing I did discover is this, the Maybelline Tattoo Brow. I didn't think I would like it, but I actually really like it. So all you have to do is paint it on your eyebrow, wait about an hour or so, and then you peel it off. And when you peel it off, it leaves you with a tint. It actually tints your skin, not your actual brows. And oh, I think it tints your brow as well, but because I have really dark brows anyway, you can't really tell. It tints it and gives it look like I've drawn on my eyebrows, and it lasts a couple of days. I would say it says 3 days, but I think mine I use about 2 days, and I use it on days I know if I want to look kind of made up but not really made up. I use the shade dark brown. It works well on my face. I have the other shade, I think medium, and I haven't used it yet, but I'm still waiting for this one to finish. Another item I've been gravitating towards a lot is the Glossier Boy Brow. I use the shade brown, and it's just simple. Just like brush it on, have it on my brows today, obviously with the pencil underneath, but on days where I want to rock the more natural look, I just wear this on its own, and it gives my brow enough definition for me to be like, yay, I can like face the world and not look like I have no eyebrows. Next, on to my two favorite eyeliners for the year. So this one, slightly more difficult to get a hold of, but this is a Japanese eyeliner from the Love Liner Liquid line. It's got a brush tip, and it's just really dark and just super nice. I mean, mine's actually running out, so it's not doing too well. I do have a backup though, but I'm gonna wait until I finish using this one, which is the BALM. So the BALM Schwing liquid black eyeliner. I like this one because it comes in a, I didn't think I would like the brush as much as I do, because I like using a pencil or a pen liner, but this one is it's got a really sharp tip, and it is an actual matte black. So that's the second one, the darker one. Can you see? It's an actual matte black liner. So I do have the new NYX matte black liner, similar to this one. It's apparently supposed to be a dupe, so I can't wait to give that a whirl. And it dries matte, so looks kind of, it's different texture to look, but I do like it, and it's so easy to get such a precise flick on your eye. Another item that I want to talk about is this. So this is the Fenty Beauty Galaxy liner. So it's a 2-in-1 liner. I like this one because it's kind of like unique concept what it has. So it's a liquid eyeliner similar to brush to the so it's just like a brush tip, which not a fan of, but I do like it. Kind of reminds me of the MAC Liquid Lash liners, but what it does is when it dries, like see, this is the thickest line I have now, and when you rub it, glitter will shoot out. Clearly I didn't do it right. I totally smudged up the line, but you can see it's bluey glitter will come out. So that's the shade I got. I also got it all over my fingers. The next product, I'm not too sure if I want to talk about it, because like the Fenty Beauty liner, this is sold out and it's a limited edition, so bring it back, Rihanna. But the other item that I also been loving this whole year is the Kylie Jenner I Want It All pressed shadow palette. So pressed powder palette. Pressed powder palette. God, it feels like it's a tongue twister. So this is the palette she released for her birthday. So it's very cute. I love the packaging. I love the cute pink packaging, but the one thing I do love the most in here is these two shades. They're very brown, very neutral shades. You probably find anywhere, but I don't know, 1942 was the perfect crease shade for me, and Celebrate just added a bit of like, kind of like for my lids, and it just gave it the best definition I had. I then run through it with a brown liner on the lash line, and boom, that was my everyday look. So I do really like this. Like the other one, so as I mentioned before, it is no longer available, but oh, I feel like it's nice. I don't know. And now onto the lips. So the shade I've been rocking a lot is the Kylie Velvet Liquid Lipstick. So the Kylie Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the shade Harmony is my go-to shade. So this shade, I feel like it's kind of like, the color is like my lips but better. So the texture of this is so much nicer than their actual matte liquid lipstick. And you can see the shade there, and it feels like it adds a bit of, a bit more of pinky tone, and I like it. I've worn it to a couple of special events and I've always got compliments, and it's also nice that it comes with a matching lip liner shade, so you don't have to worry about liquid lipstick running. The velvet, as I mentioned before, is a lot comfortable, but it doesn't last as long, so you definitely have to carry it with you. But when it does fade, it fades really naturally and very nicely, so it's not like patchy or anything. So plus. And the last item I want to talk about in my best of or favorites is the Antipodes I'm So Healthy lipstick. So I like how it says I'm so healthy, you could eat me. You could almost eat me. No, don't eat it. Don't eat him. So the shade I am loving is the West Coast Sunset, and this is like a nice corally shade. Let me rub it. It's definitely very intense in the bullet, but if you look at it, it's got this nice corally orange shade, and I just loved it rocking it on its own with just mascara on my eyes, and that's it. And that was my basic look, but it's kind of very simple, but I still looked very made up and prepped to go out. And anything that makes life easier is a win for me as well. And now onto the not so faves. So usually when I do buy makeup, I do a lot of research, as I know, because I don't go through a ton of makeup a year. So for me to keep buying it, like, who needs 20 highlighters? No one does, but I do have 20 highlighters. I like to do my research and make sure that I know what I'm getting myself into, especially if items are very expensive. So one of the items that I've seen Jen in from the Clothes Encounters, is it Jen in? Yep, Jen in from Clothes Encounters. She always talks about the Lancome Cils Booster XL. Is that how you pronounce it? Cils, C-I-L-S, Cils Booster XL. So it's like a makeup mascara base, and it's like white, nothing too special. There's no fibers in here, so it's a little, actually no, that's a lie. There's small tiny little fibers in here, but it's supposed to like make the mascara appear more voluminous and hold its curl. So I was thinking I'll wear it for mascaras but I don't have a waterproof formula for, and this just did not work, unfortunately. So I was so disappointed because you know, it's rated online everywhere, and unfortunately this one, when I curled my lashes, I put it on, literally 30 seconds later when I'm about to put on my actual mascara, I noticed the curl has drooped and my eyelashes have gone back straight, and then when I put on mascara on top of it, it just looked clumpy and just so messy, and it was just so hard to work with. Yeah, so I would definitely not be buying this again in the future. And another mascara that it's raved on all over the internet, but just unfortunately didn't work for me, is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So I do gravitate towards a waterproof formula, which this mascara does have. But I got this, as you see, this is a sample that I got. And I just wanted to try the sample first before I dived in and bought the real deal, the Longitude, which is obviously expensive. And this one definitely didn't hold my curl. It just went, and I used it in conjunction with this, and it went, I used it in conjunction with another primer that I had that does hold curl, and it still pushed my lashes down, and I don't know, just didn't do its trick. So I was just like, why? One of my regrets of 2017 is this. Not the cute case, I love the case, but the items inside it, which is the ColourPop Press Shadow Palettes. So these, I bought them all individually and built this palette on my own. So I just wanted a bit of everything. And to be honest, I didn't think the color payoff and the pigmentation just wasn't there. I just watched a couple of shades for you guys. I think some of them were okay. So I think this shade I did use quite often, which is, what's this shade called? Board Shorts. So some of them do look good, but I think overall the consistency of them, I'm not a big fan of the matte shades. The matte shades just seem to be a bit the satin finish ones, so like the one I just pointed out, the last one I did like. So this is a matte shade? So you see the pink one here is matte, and you see it's kind of quite chalky, and not a fan. So I have a lot of palettes, and unfortunately I thought I would like this would be the perfect palette for me to take on holidays, on trips where I wanted to like mix up my looks. But yeah, I just think I might just stick with my other palettes, like my Too Faced peach palette or something like that, where the pigmentation is just perfection and I love it, or the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So the payoff for the pigmentation is so good in those ones. This one missed the mark, and I think even though I've purchased them, so ColourPop, I mean, you're probably saying they're so cheap, at like, I think they were like regular price is about $6 a pop, but I usually do get them on sale, or when they have like a buy two get one free or something situation. So I didn't waste a lot of money on it, but it's something I don't gravitate towards. Maybe I should just put this closer to me and just be like, hey, don't forget about this palette. Last thing I want to talk about as a mad purchase regret is the Kylie Jenner Take Me on a Vacation palette. So when I saw her swatching this, and you know how she always teases people about it on Instagram and Snapchat, I was like, yes, I need this. This is such cute, and I mean, this shade was to die for when I saw it. But when I got it and I swatched the shade, I was so upset. Look at it. It doesn't really come out, and it's a bit chalky. Not chalky, it's just patchy. It's not very pigmented, and this was like, I think $54 for the palette, and I'm like, it's really pricey. If you look at it, I pretty much just didn't use most of the shades. I've used 2 shades or 3 shades in this palette, and I was like, I don't like it anymore. Yeah, you can still get this online on their website, and you kind of could tell with something that's limited edition that was still available now. I think it's a sign maybe not so popular. I'll give it a miss. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed my best and worst of 2017 for makeup. If you like that video, check out my other one if you haven't already, which I talk about all my skincare stuff. And my third video, which is going to be coming up next, will be about the hair and body. As always, thank you for your support and for everything in 2017, and I look forward to a great 2018 with everyone. Take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye! Oh yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe down below.